I would like to invite Miss Lubna and Shahzadi on the stage for presenting Makki and Madani life of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Please come.
Center. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Lubna, and today I am going to tell you about the life history of our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. As we all know, the life history of our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is known as Seerah. Before the coming of our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, evil had widespread. People had completely forgotten Allah and His commands. Due to this, Allah has sent Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam for the guidance of mankind. Our beloved Prophet, born in the month of Rabiul Awwal in Makkah, the most sacred and ancient city of the world. His father Abdullah had passed away when even he was not born, and his mother Amina had also passed away when he was just 6 years old. Then he lived with his grandfather Abdul Muttalib, who also passed away after 2 years. Then he lived with his uncle Abu Talib. Our Prophet was very pious from a very young age. He was well known for his honesty and truthfulness. Due to these excellent qualities, a wealthy widow named Khadija Radhiyallahu Anha proposed to marry him. Our Prophet accepted the proposal and they both got married. At that time, Khadija Radhiyallahu Anha was 40 years old and our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was 25 years old. When our Prophet turned 40, Allah has blessed him with Nabuwa, prophethood in the cave of Hira. Angel Jibreel came down and recited the 5 verses of Suratul Iqra, which remark the revelations of the beginning of the Holy Quran in the month of Ramzan to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. After getting Nabuwa, our Prophet started to call people towards Islam. The first person who accepted Islam was his dearest wife Khadija Radhiyallahu Anha. Abu Bakr Siddiq Radhiyallahu Anhu was the first man and Ali Radhiyallahu Anhu was the first child. During the first 3 years, our Prophet preached Islam secretly. Approximately 40 people had accepted Islam at that time. Thereafter, Allah commanded to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to invite people openly towards Islam. To fulfill his command, he climbed the hill of Safa and conveyed the message of Allah. When all the tribes of Quraysh were gathered there, he conveyed the message of Allah. This open invitation had angered the disbelievers and they began to harm and trouble our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his companions radhiyallahu anhu. When these difficulties became unbearable, he instructed his companions radhiyallahu anhu to migrate to Abyssinia. Many men and women undertook this journey. The king of Abyssinia, Najashi, was a very kind ruler. Islam continued to spread in Makkah, but the disbelievers had completely boycotted our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and they kept on troubling him. On this, there is a hadith of a Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that firmly hold on to my sunnah and firmly hold on the rightly ways guided by the Khulfa and hold firmly on it. The Sahabas were the best of the Ummah. They were our guides whose lives were pure and were according to the Sharia. The Sahaba radhiyallahu anhum immediately do whatever Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam commanded. They would not tolerate anything against Islam. They would oppose if they saw anything against Sharia. The highest in the rank was Hazrat Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu, Umar radhiyallahu anhu, Usman radhiyallahu anhu, and Ali radhiyallahu anhu. They become the leaders after Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and fulfill their duties in the excellent manner. They had also made many efforts to spread the deen worldwide with our dearest and nearest beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.